Yeah, yes, ma'am.
All good.
Yes. Jai Shri Gurudev. Seeking the divine blessing of His Holiness Param Pujya Jagat Guru Padma Bhushana Bhaira Vaikya Shri 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 Dr. Balagangadharanatha Mahaswamiji, and I submit my humble pranams to the lotus feet of 72nd Pontiff of Shri Adichuchanagiri Mahasamsthana Math Param Pujya Jagat Guru Shri 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 Dr. Nirmalanandanatha Mahaswamiji. A very good morning to everyone. I'm Manisha S. Jain from first year MPharm, glad to host today's event, International Webinar on the occasion of International Women's Day, organized by Women Empowerment Cell. International Women's Day 2025 campaign theme is Accelerate Action, that is, a worldwide call to acknowledge strategies, resources, and activity that positively impact women's advancement and to elevate their implementations. So, together, let's accelerate action to speed up the rate of worldwide. Yes. I welcome Dr. Bharati Diyal. With the immense pleasure and honor that I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest, Dr. Jyoti Tekinamat, Managing Director, NIA Pharmaceuticals Australia. Dr. Jyoti Tekinamat is a founder director at NIA Pharmaceuticals, wherein she led by example and strive to strike the right team spirit with a mission to map the company footsteps into new emerging and regulated pharma markets. She's passionate about pharmaceutical industry and believes in learning and growing. Her key knowledge areas include regulatory findings, global regulatory requirements, and vertically integrated models. She spent her early career in pharmaceutical research, academia, and clinical research. Ironically, she started all over again when she went to Australia, wherein she was gravitated by the Australian pharmaceutical industry opportunities. Her research approach had to change to fit into new appetite for entrepreneurship, and eventually she enrolled for MBA. Then finally, she started NIL Pharmaceuticals, a company into pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and pharmacy ownership. In the journey of self-discovery, she set up a Jyoti Kiran Foundation in Bengaluru, primarily focusing on rural girls' education and empowerment. Today, Dr. Tegina Mutt will be sharing her insights on the topic of women and entrepreneurship, drawing from her extensive experience in pharmaceuticals. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The stage is open.
Ma'am, please start.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to be here with you all. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Bhati, the principal of the college. I have many teachers there. Morning to everyone, and I thank the management and of the Adichunchanagiri Pharmacy College. Dear students and teachers, good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here talking about my journey and what I know and to share all that. So let's start with, I'll keep it very brief, and towards the end, we will have a couple of minutes for any questions, if at all. So let's get started with the women and entrepreneurship today. So, as the introduction, thank you for the kind introduction about myself. As she was mentioning about International Women's Day 2025, and the theme of this year is Accelerate Action. So, happy International Women's Day for every beautiful woman there. So, it's been celebrated for years, but from 1911, the main theme is about women's equality. if for the record, women entrepreneurship started somewhere in the 17th century, but those days it was primarily because of the family circumstances, or if there was no son in the family, or if she was widowed, so she will have to take over the business. It was kind of that, but in the 21st century, we see a lot of women taking entrepreneurship, and that's very welcoming and a good change. So for today, the World Economic Forum did a calculation with their data, and they predict that 2158 AD would be the time when you will see the equality. So it would be another 138 years. That's 5 generations from now. If we work what we are doing now, we will see equality. So that's the reason the theme has been kept as accelerate action, wherein you have to fasten the way we are progressing towards equality. So all of us, in whatever way we can do, we should not just restrict ourselves for the celebrations, but we should do whatever way we can, whatever little way we can do to empower women around us. So let's get on to the introduction of it. So by definition, the female entrepreneurs are the people who own the entrepreneurship or a business. So in business terms, if you are owning about 51% of the share or 51% of the funds of the business, then you are a female entrepreneur. It's on the rise, but still it's just 38.8% as per 2024. That is, out of every 10, we only roughly have about 4 women rising there. We have to work towards bridging that gap. So in the couple of slides that follow, we'll see what drives someone to become an entrepreneur, what are the barriers that we see, and how we can overcome, or how we can shape ourselves to drive yourself to be one. I'll just quickly go through a couple of those things. The first one being drivers. Drivers mean what motivates someone to be an entrepreneur. What is the key factors that you see in people who take up that risk? So there are multiple reasons. One of that could be motivation. Research says that people who have had trauma in their life are most motivated, and they're looking forward for success, or they work towards the success because of their experiences. But having said that, all of us have to have those push factors and pull factors to put yourself under fire all the time. There should be that fire within yourself to move up and to do something, to give back. Whatever is your passion, you got to do it. You got to have your goals, you got to have your aspirations. As the late President Abdul Kalam has said, you have to dream big. So sometimes dreaming small is a crime. You got to dream big, you got to be focused on that. You have to have people. You are an average of 5 people around you, so you got to surround yourself with smarter people, with good people, with people who bring you joy. And then some personality traits are also found to be part of entrepreneurship, like people who are extroverts. Having said that, extrovert is something which you all can become. So you got to make an effort every time to be someone, to be, like visible, to be talking to people. You got to learn things at every point. And then risk and time risk taking is something very part of any entrepreneur, male or female. So you got to be taking a risk. I think we all learn through our mistakes, and then we jump on to the next one. But one key thing would be hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. You got to remember that luck and sometimes the situation can be favoring you, but unless and until you work hard, it's not going to be consistently, and in a longer run, it's not going to work. So there can't be anything substituted for hard work. One has to have that drive for achieving goals in life. And then it's found that stereotypically women are more have identified themselves in creativity, in fashion, and in small businesses. But education plays a bigger role, especially when you go for technological or high-end industries. And the way you think yourself, your intellectual capability, work processing, all that goes with the education. And then network. I think network is something which ordinarily we would not think much of it. For example, funding, as you know, is very important. As you can see in the figure there, sound in the left on top is the funding. Any entrepreneurship would require funding. But if we question ourselves, how many of us have a source for funding, or how many of you know people who can fund on the idea you have? So it's always found that people who have good network, who come from strong family backgrounds, it becomes a bit easy for them. But having said that, we can also work towards having, everyone can work towards having a network of people who can jump in and who can be supportive of yourself. These are some of the drivers that we generally tend to see in people who are entrepreneurial in nature. But we'll now get on to see what are the barriers for one to become that. Mm, so the barriers are a bit more. Uh, the list, as you can see, it exemplifies. Let's pick some of it. Few of them are pretty much straightforward. Unconscious gender bias, that's one thing. So if any of us, or any woman for that matter, goes and proposes herself with the concept or idea, the confidence that one will have would be relatively less if it was by the male candidate. So there's some unconscious bias that's always works against, it does not favor the female entrepreneurs. And lack of visibility. For example, for today's webinar, I'm sure some of the male staff or even the students would have come 5 to 10 minutes before the show or before the event today, and they would have been networking or, like talking to people. But I'm sure most of us as women would have come on the point, and we will leave the session as soon as it is done. We would not think of networking or talking to people, tapping on people. We would not think about it. I think lack of visibility is one of the barrier. You got to know people, you got to have professional networks, you got to know people in legal systems, sometimes just a mentor. You got to have a wide range of networks. You need to have friends, you need to have professional colleagues, you need to have rich colleagues sometimes. So you need to have all kind of people. And I think networking is something that you got to be, visibility is something that we got to be thinking about. When I talk about visibility, even the social media visibility these days, so you got to, out of mind is out of sight is out of mind. So you got to be constantly working towards that. And less capital and fewer professional networks. Like, as I said, now most of us would just come to the show and then just leave as soon as it is done. We would never bother to come and meet people or have networks, have different variety of networks. We wouldn't do growing up. But on the contrary, men would always be consistently doing it all through their life. And capital, as I said, the venture capitals worldwide today, only 15%, that's 15% of them are held by women. So the funding is another problem, or another drawback. Not a lot of us think about money or do our maths, and we have underrepresentations in high growth industries. As I said, more visibility in creativity, fashion, and small to medium businesses, and lower confidence. Because of all these set factors, I think the confidence level also goes down. It is your exposure, putting yourself into a new environment. Always it can be embarrassing couple of times, but then you will get over it and you'll be confident. So you have to put yourself into uncomfortable or not used to environments. You should be constantly moving out of your comfort zone, and then you got to build up your confidence. And culture, as you all see in this global era, culture plays a very important role. I myself come from a small town in India, and if every time I travel back home and here, I always take a week to adjust myself to the culture and to the way I should talk, the way I should dress, and many more things. But having said that, that does not stop me from doing anything. So in any culture, you if you are passionate about what you're doing, you can always do that. That should not be a drawback for you to stop your dreams or your hard work or your goals or anything like that. Yes, some cultures are more easy to do. Like if I have to talk about it, there is no bureaucracy, there is a lot of acceptance for women, but things are changing everywhere. It can be a bit tough for easy, but it can happen. You should not put a lot of point onto the it's not accepted, socially accepted or not. As long as you're confident of what you're doing, you should just go for it. And coming to family support, in a general tendency, the research or the evidence shows that most of the female entrepreneurs are age 40 and above, because of the families, the kids, and the family life. I think they get a bit of time um, and the and the avenues for the monetary benefits and all from 40. We see a lot of this is worldwide across Eastern and Western culture, that women tend to be taking more risk taking in the 40s. And I think family support is very crucial all through for anyone to achieve. And then education, as I said, the higher education comes with a lot of values, intangible values, in fact. And the socioeconomic factors, as I said, the women coming from strong family backgrounds, or people who are around strong women, strong people at their back, rich people at their back, it becomes a bit easy for them. It just becomes easy, but it does not give them everything. It's ultimately your hard work and passion and how much of an effort you put into is what it is. So these are some of the barriers in general and challenges that one comes over as a female entrepreneur. So, having known what drives and then what are the barriers and challenges, let's now look into how we can move forward, how we can adapt ourselves to become one. So, the way forward. Things would be at the right. I have put some of the organizations or the professional networks that you can be a part of to get on to yourself, to having more different variety of support systems. So support is something very important for everyone, and more so for women, because we go through lots of ups and downs and lot of different circumstances all through our life. And then the awareness, you should be knowing there are systems in place, there are government initiatives, there are private initiatives to support women who are willing to take up risks. There are financial supports, there are training support, and you name it, you have it. So you just have to have the drive to reach to it, and then have the support system which can help you get through that. And forming the membership of the forums and cells, like becoming a member of UN Women. I'm pretty sure UN Women India would be there. Such professional organizations constantly gives an opportunity for you to meet people from different backgrounds, how they think. Sometimes it is unlearning in the journey of professional growth. So what you have grown, what you have learned all these years, most of the times it would be unlearning the things that you have learned, is also leading you to success. That is one thing that we all have to understand, is that constant learning, constant of unlearning, different professional growth. The way a highly educated person, or someone very common man or some businessman looks and things at the same situation can be different. So having different forums helps you understand how people think about, how people act about the same situations. That is one thing. And then education and training, it's always found that 40 to 50 years, 40 to 60 years of everyone's lives is the peak. So you got to be educating, and exponential growth happens in that particular time. So you've got to be constantly learning, educating, training yourself, putting yourself into those uh, constant exposure that makes you to learn things, new things, then having the legal and financial assistance. So once you want to set up something, you need the legal advice, you need to know people in bureaucracy, you need to people know access, you need to have access to funding. So and you got to know where you can reach out to these people. So this is something that we all have to constantly work on, making a new friend, making people, meeting people, coming to the show. I can see some of the students are coming now to the class or whatever seminar now. I think coming a bit early, coming 10 minutes early, talking to everyone, meeting everyone, and staying back after 5 minutes, just saying hello, hi. And then if someone is if you like someone who is very inspirational, spending time with them, all these small things on a daily basis really, really put you through a lot of good efforts. And then cultural and social norms, one need to understand how it works. For example, if I think of myself, my experience, if I have to share, so I have set up a company there also called Best Pharma. So what I do here, I can't to replicate the same business model in there. So it's a completely different culture, completely different bureaucracy and hierarchy in India. So how things work here, it will not work back then. So I've learned it with experience, but also because I have grown up there, I know how things work there. So having awareness of different social norms, different cultural norms, and just blending yourself with one also has takes you on a very longer run. I would say I don't see any reason for anyone to complain about any social norm or any cultural norm. You just got to blend with it, and you just got to work about what you want to achieve, and you just have to plan your day and plan what is required for you to succeed. I think those things are very crucial. But one key thing is professional networking, having people around yourself, having people to support you, and having people from every arena. That's very, very key thing for one to reach the next height. And in this direction, both the private sector worldwide and the government has done a lot of initiatives. Let's just quickly go through that. We have the World Bank has set up 2017 1 billion funding for under women entrepreneurs financial initiatives. It's given for every sphere of the activity, like your creative, technological, whatever it is, they have that funding. And in Australia, we have Women Enterprise Initiative, wherein you can get an access to up to $50,000. And in India, we have Women Entrepreneurs Platform. Just visit these sites when you're free. I think there's just knowledge is never a loss for you in your free time. Just visit these. For when Dr. Bharti told me about the speech, I just went through these websites, and I was like, oh, it's such a learning for me. I would have gone through many of it. I would have passed it, but I never, in a very systematic way, I have never understood this is how the journey goes through. So it's just putting yourself into different spheres will help you open you up with the opportunities that come up with in India, and particularly in Karnataka. We have many programs like these ones listed here. And the Mission Startup Karnataka, I'll talk about the last one. Mission Startup Karnataka has got, if one of the director is a female in the startup, then the Mission Karnataka startup gives up to 10 crores of funding. Even smaller things like the Samruddhi or the Udyogini will just give up to lakh, 2 lakh, and things like that. There are a lot of training, lot of sales, lot of forum happening. I think we just need to get on to it and then browse through and just have an understanding of what it is. So you might have learned about stories of all the successful women. So it's just going through their life stories, learning about them, reading about them also sometimes inspires. This one quote, what I really liked is, what I want young women and girls know is you're powerful and your voice matters. This is by the contestant, US presidential contestant Kamala Harris. So powerful that we all have voice. You just don't need to put yourself down saying saying that you're not powerful or it doesn't matter. You all matter. We all matter. We are all powerful. We all can achieve what you want to achieve. It just needs consistent and constant hard work and focus and surrounding yourself with good people. So a person is known by the friends he makes, by the books he reads, and by the clothes he wears. So it's very important for you to be surrounded by good people, smart people, intelligent people, and then to read about people. So Melanie Perkins of the Canva, she's from Perth where I live. So she's a very young entrepreneur. And then we have our own Kiran Majumdar Shah into biotechnology, and then Falguni Naik. It's this lady has a very inspiring story wherein she set up her her company at 50. As I told you before, a lot of women entrepreneurs tend to be setting up after 40 to 50. So but that's okay, that's okay, everything is okay as long as you're focused and you're working towards it. That is what it matters. I think this is a general overview about women and entrepreneurship, what one should be looking forward, how they should shape themselves to be one. If there are any questions, I'm more than happy to have some. Not on. I think someone's mobile would be better. Alternatively, Manoj, you can take around your mobile, maybe.
And how does Karnataka industry
You can move it.
And how does Karnataka internships in the human, ma'am? Ma'am,
Say
how
that
does Karnataka people
You talk here.
No, that was good, Manoj. That
how
was
does
good. Your
Karnataka
mobile was
people
good.
internships in the human?
You keep in
Manoj,
chat.
mobile was
There is a chat box. Now you talk.
How does Karnataka people like human internships get selected?
Say your question. How does?
Karnataka people take human internships.
How does Karnataka
Take human internships.
entrepreneurship?
text. Please text me. That's easier. How does Karnataka people can women entrepreneurship? People meaning you want about you're asking about students or government? Um, oh yeah. So in Karnataka, I think the Samruddhi and then Samruddhi scheme, as I told you in the last slide, and then Karnataka mission, and there are district cells, training centers. You need to approach them, and then you will have training. I think for you at where you are in the pharmacy college, I don't think government schemes they give you a capital of about 1 lakh or two, but the startup mission Karnataka that would be something good. And then there are some schemes in you. I think you will have to go to the Karnataka website. Women entrepreneurship websites, and they will have the program. You just need to pick it up, I would say, there. Because the Samruddhi, Udyogini, they're all for, like small training purpose kind of a thing. What are the challenges you faced while shifting from India to Australia? Whose this question is from, Madam Suvarna? Whose this question is, what are the challenges you faced while shifting from India to Australia? What's the name of the girl? Manisha. It's a very fantastic question. So, if I start telling the whole episode will be mine, we will deviate from entrepreneurship to a different story. But it has been a very tough one, I should say. As I said, I come from a very small town. So the journey has been very tough, but it has been rewarding. I have learned a lot. I have put a lot of efforts from compared to ordinary someone like you coming versus me coming. I've put in a lot of effort, but I'm very happy about it and I'm very proud about it. I think that's what makes me a person today. The journey I have gone through is what makes me a person today. But it is it's very challenging one in general, from moving from one culture to a different culture, and in those are times as well. Already, so thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for the opportunity. I hope you all went through few things, and I'm more than happy to be reachable. So you can just text me or email me or anything, if at all, if I have time, if I have answers, if that comes within the scope. I'm more than happy to be helping you girls. But you can do it. You all need to take an effort. And happy International Women's Day once again. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, all. And this is Mohni Sridevi, founder and CEO of College Biosciences. And happy Women's Day to all of you. So today, I take this as a privilege. I'm really happy when Suvarna approached me and asked me to give a talk about women in leadership. So it is so glad to see you all here, all the beautiful ladies. So today I want to share something and talk about women in leadership. So why I have chosen this specific topic is that majority of the let me introduce myself. So I based out of Bhimavaram. So later I worked for a decade in a drug discovery company where we have worked upon oncology, cancer molecules, and inflammation. So after that, having a decade of experience in workplace, I have seen a lot of biases, stereotypes, hurdles that a woman face in her workplace. So yeah, as any other woman, I also suffered, but later I have taken it as a challenge and later come out of the company and kept my own company and successfully led for about 2 years. So I thought that women in leadership is a very good topic to discuss upon. The thing is that majority of the higher executive levels or in a very higher positions in any areas, any industries or any academics or whatever it might be, the ratio of women in higher levels are very, very less. So considering this, even recently the government has also issued a thing that all the senior most levels should have minimum 30% of women leaders. So I basically understand there are a lot of issues that we need to address upon it because we have a lot of stereotypes to break. So here I want to discuss upon and share with you a few things. So now who we are. So being a woman, we have a lot of restrictions, lot of constraints from either from the society or from our family issues and all. So to overcome all those hurdles, you need to be really strong. And for that, you should have a very robust belief system that you can achieve things, you can do them better. It's not about compared to men or women, this gender bias, everything. No, it's not regarding that. As an individual, as a human being, how well you work upon, what is your real potential, how well you can handle things. Being a woman, we have a special privilege of having, doing everything with compassion, love, as well a very high level of perfection as well. So what is our role and responsibility being a leader? Leader is not that you have a very big chair, you have a separate room and have a boss position. I don't believe that that kind of boss kind of thing is not leadership. Leadership is something more thoughtful process that you think about your team, that how well we can help each other, how well we collaborate, how well we support each and every one of us. It's not that everybody can be, high always or, they can have good days, bad days, everything. But how well we support each other. That is the major thing. And I want to stress upon the challenges that we are facing. So after entering, being an employee, I have a lot of hurdles to face, but I'm happy that I have a good number of people who supported me, for which I can reach to this level. So after that, entering into the entrepreneurship is again a big task for me. I don't have any business background. So I seek help, whoever approachable, who are in the real business, either men or women, whoever it might be. So the mentorship is really important for all of us to evolve into our own self. there is a driving force in us, which always keeps you motivated that, yes, you can do this. But the very first point is that nobody believes you. Trust me, nobody, not even your parents, your very close friends, nobody believes you. First, you have to believe yourself, stand on your part, and make the things work and show the world that you can do this better. It's not about a competition, it's not about a comparison that you have to do. You can be better on everyday basis. See, what the Sridevi's 2014 How Suvarna Knows Me is evolved into something resilient, stable, and a little bit more matured woman now, handling 8 members of team on my own. Till now, I didn't get any I didn't approach it for any investment and all. We established this facility all alone, and done so well that, at this point of time, it is a lot more of learnings, experiences, and help. So what I would suggest to anyone who is seeking is ask help. You can discuss upon things, you can be open. So challenges are there in anything, not only in workplace, not only even in our life. So all the challenges should not be seen as a big problem at all. See, alone you cannot do anything. You need to seek help, get the opportunities, see in an optimistic way that what all I can do this. See, there is a problem. Even last night, I'll tell you, there is a major issue in my company. So whole night I was worried. So after thinking about it and understanding what are the, the next level that can I resolve, makes it more easier to mitigate that risk. So what is the call to action for that? So you should have a robust team. That team can be your emotional supporters, mentors, or whoever it can be, a go-to person for all the things that you can discuss upon freely, who is not so judgmental upon. And I believe that if you speak out openly and discuss, understand things clearer, it's very far easy to get out of that problem. It can be any problem in our lives. So have a robust emotional support system. You better help each and everyone who asked for. For example, you may not help all the people who ask for the financial support and all, but emotionally give them compassion, understand them, don't judge them the way they come to, because when you start judging, people won't be looking to have a, comfortable zone with you. So even in my college also, I used to be a lot of support to my friends, now to my team. So understand people in an optimistic way. So what are the 10 leadership principles? See, when I randomly got this picture, I thought of it's really very good. It is involving the majority of the traits you need to have as a leader. First, very, very important thing that I feel is that understand what you are good at. What can be done by you at the best. So once you know what all you can do, then make sure you stick upon it, develop a belief system that you can do it, and then get a plan of action. So when I started my company, everybody has their own criticism. Many people encouraged me. Many people, made a lot of comments. It's really, very, very painful to handle those things, understand. And you also have self-doubt whether we can do this or not, because we have a dream and we are choosing a path, and you're the first one to do it, and you're the one who is alone to do it. So you definitely have a lot of questions and all, but trust me, when you believe in something truly and know what all the potential that you have, you'll definitely find a way to reach there. I don't say that every woman should have the same goal, not that every woman should have same path. See, when I choose pharmacology, I got inspired from a few lecturers that, pharmacology is so fascinating to me. It intrigued me, like, working with small animals. I really liked it. But every step, people used to tell me that pharmacology is not that reliable subject to go ahead with a career, and there are no positions in pharma industry. And I heard a lot of things like, making me step back, but I never did that. I had that love for pharmacology. I always, when someone says that you can't, I'll definitely try it. So when during my career also, someone told that being pregnant, you cannot work in animal house. You cannot hold the stress. You cannot work pharmacology works involves a lot of standing and necropsy kind of thing. Even my seniors suggested that this is the time you need to quit the job. I asked myself, does a pregnancy hinders me from my passion of becoming a true pharmacologist? See, my inner voice said, no, I can do. I can handle both my, pregnancy as well the project or the career. See, sometimes being stubborn is really good. What I believe is. So, stubborn in the sense, not in a negative way, in a positive way, that what your belief system, what you have the passion, or what you have, as a goal to reach. So, when you have that, nothing can stop you. No obstacle can stop you. I now have a very successful personal life as well. I am trying to make my career equally important. I don't believe in balancing of work-life balance. It is not possible to any human being to balance work-life. See, you have to sacrifice a lot of things to have a career growth, especially women. So majority of the time I see my friends, who are very intellectual than me, who are very smart, who are very hardworking, who have a lot more dreams about their career. I always see that they stop their career because of two things. One is they always have this, family thing that when you get married or when you get your first child or when you get your second child, you need to take care of kids, not too much focus, and go to a peaceful job that people usually tell that go to a peaceful job, sitting job. I don't. I'm really, I don't believe that there is some kind of thing that should be told to a woman to choose based on the people opinions. So it is not truly advisable or suggestible. See, I had a very hard career, being a pharmacologist, being an entrepreneur as well. I love my kids. I do, what do you say, all the things that as a mother I can give them. So it is, optimistic way. You need to seek help. I asked my mother to help. I asked my husband to help. A little bit of adjustments, convenience, but you should not get out of the path of your choice. And also, I see a lot of times women will have a bigger hurdle than they believe. So it is easy to cross that hurdle with the help of other women. See, if I want to jump on a hurdle, okay, I don't have the capability to jump. I seek the help of other women. So if they could support me just for one jump, believe me, it is a true value added to my life. I just jumped the hurdle. And that gives inspiration to the woman who helped me. So whenever I was asked for help, I would support some other woman. So it is should be happening in a chain way. You seek help, you get support, you achieve your immediate milestone. Again, you help whoever asks or reach it to you. What all the things that you can do. Either it can be emotional support, financial support, or mentorship, whatever it may be. If they seek you, give you 100%. Maybe the person that you have given the support may not be able to, give back that. But some way or the other, you'll get those help. And also, you should be in present. I understand we have a lot of chaos, lot of work to handle, lot of people to handle. You need to have all these things in the life. Even if you choose career or you don't choose, still you need to handle all those issues every minute in your life. But what's the point if you stay at home or listen to others' opinions and belittle yourself and confine to the things and don't believe that if someone says you can't do it, Not everybody told me that keeping a pharmacology-based preclinical CRO is a stupid idea. Everybody told me. But after I struggled and stood up on my belief system and came till now, everybody is saying, wow, Sridevi, how could you do this? It's really very good. See, the moment when someone throws an opinion at you, please analyze it, whether it is a good part or a bad part, how well you can take it, how far you can take it. These are all the things that you need to self-analyze it. There's no one who will tell you to become. See, all those women who became leaders and who are leaders, they never listen to outside world's opinions. They have their own strong self-belief system. And as well, they listen to people. They speak out when something happens. They know themselves what all they can do, and they'll try to do it in a constructive way. When I say develop a belief system, don't believe that I can become a very good terrorist. It's not the way that you have to be in a destructive mode. You have to think yourself in a very constructive. You have to create something. Being a woman, we are blessed with that. We are very creative. We have the capability to create something. That is the reason we are given the blessing of becoming a mother. So all these things see, I don't believe in getting inspiration or some kind of, you yourself have to feel that. When you will feel, I don't think by watching inspirational videos or talks or whatever it may, or reading articles about great women. When someone really insults you, then your triggering system starts. You want to prove them that you are very, very good at what they said you're not. So that insult, take it in a positive way. See, many people give comments more than a compliment. Trust me, count upon from today onwards. In one day, you may not receive not a single compliment, but you will definitely receive 10 to 15 negative comments upon you. I would suggest you don't focus on the negative things. Only focus on the compliment. Be happy, be cheerful, and be united. That's what I mean to say. So, in this, both these women inspire me a lot, apart from my mom. So, Dr. Sudhamurthy, I really love the way she takes the leadership. You know how gracefully she does that. The way she help others, the way she handles her business, the way she supports her family is a very truly inspiring for me. And I always see how well she carries those, see, everybody of us will have those 24 hours only. Everybody will have those, all the things uncommon. But you need to stretch. You need to stretch till such a point that you should make a mark. See, this is me. You should tell others. That's how Sudhamurthy does. And she's Shah. Mazumdar Shah. And she is truly inspiring. She kept her own company when nobody funded her. She has developed from a small unit to a tycoon. Now Biocon is the biggest company in India in terms of not only in India, internationally. She is so truly inspiring. She is very humble. She always supports innovation. The way she handles all the things, the managerial skills that she has, the way she navigates all the problems. See, it's real. Trust me, it is really, really tough for a woman to become an entrepreneur at that age, at that generation. Now, also, it is tough, but we have a good ecosystem now. We have mentors, we have people who have open-minded broadness, understands us a little bit and give a little bit flexibility. But it's truly inspiring when she does all it alone and uh, build such an empire in India from a society where women have a lot of stereotypes, lot of obstacles and hurdles. So for a long time, women have been underrepresented in leadership positions. We were held back by these biases or social expectations. But I say to you, not anymore. All we have to do is believe in ourselves, truly, and then make a step. See, you need not build a big company, or you need not make a very big impact in a day. But like, every day you add upon what is your goal, write upon it, split it into different parts, break it into pieces, and achieve a single piece. Like, the next, okay, this task is accomplished. What is the next move? Next move, next move. So if you can't do it alone, you just build a team who can help you do this. So to me, leadership is always a program that you have to encourage others. There are a lot more people who have still more hurdles than what we are facing now. So if we could help them out, they could reach their goal in a better way, in a smoother way. Please stretch your hand, help them. That is a very optimistic way of a leader. They should always be, you cannot do something alone. With a team, you can do it very better. And now, breaking the barriers. So everybody talks about the barriers, how we were biased, how we were given, a lot of obstacles, everything. So how to break these barriers is very simple. Educate yourself. When I say education, it's not about your M.Pharmacy course or arts course or something related to your career or professional things. Education, when I say here, is a thing that you know all the knowledge. So internet is so accessible to you. So have you ever Googled, like, who are the mentors available, who have financial courses? So I basically feel that women should be taught, not only women, everybody, every Indian should be taught of financial management. That we are unfortunately not having a significant amount of, what do you say, data. As well, we don't have courses to offer it. See, the only way you can stand upon, you can achieve something, you can be a leader, you can be your hero. So the only way is to have highly enriched education, update, and skill development. So when I say skill development, I would tell that, there are a lot of skills like subjective, objective, or, a lot more things are there. So when I say skill development, focus on something that gives you more advantage, like, financial education, then managerial skills. Some of the skill development, what makes you ahead of the already existing one. You need to be a very good person than the person you are yesterday. So that is where I want to think. And I would tell you, networking. In South India, believe me, we don't do lot of networking. We have this thing, a shy kind of feeling. We won't all of a sudden go to a person and say, hi, how are you doing? So this is me, and what's going up, what's up? We don't do that. Because maybe because of our cultural things or something, we have that shy kind of thing where something obstructs us from going to reaching out and, having network. Network is the real wealth. Trust me. When you have a good network is not that you have a contact number of someone. Like, you are having a contact number of Sridevi doesn't mean you have a network of me. Talk to them once in a while, understand how well they are supportive to you. So networking is something you are spreading in such a way, making your ground so strong that whenever there is a low, your network will definitely help you out, lift you up. So, for example, I'll tell you. So, when I say I have an issue, I told you, right? So, I spoke to one of the veterinarian whom I know a long back. But still, sometimes, whenever he achieves something, I say congratulations, kudos, and all. So, we have a little bit of very formal conversation. So, when the real hurdle came, when I rang to him, he immediately attended and resolved the issue. So, this is the power of networking. When the things were not in a way, your network helps you out. Even for jobs, even for your career next growth. Network. Don't say that it's a friendship or LinkedIn connections. And network is something very it should be very genuine. The same way you also need to help someone if you can. And mentorship. So this is the part that majority of Indians are not seeking, is that mentorship. Seeking out to a mentorship is the first part. As well, getting the right mentorship is also tough, is a challenging thing. Trust me, when I want to start this company, I called to my friend. He's Shiva Mallikarjun Reddy, who has already floated a company. He established it and run for 10 years. The very basic question I asked, Shiva, I want to start a company. So what all I should do? What are the things I need to do? Should I do a research upon what? He said only one thing. Believe me, that changed my life. Devi, immediately register a company, jump into the business, and then learn that. Don't tell that you can read books. You cannot gain few things. Like, you cannot learn swimming by reading a book on swimming. So you need to have some practical exposure. So when you are diving into a very unexplored area where it is very fearful, so mentorship helps you like a torch. It will help you like to navigate to your path, because the mentor will be always telling you, don't touch it, don't move it, don't take this decision. This maybe can be done better. So this kind of mentorship helps you a lot. So when you have good mentors, when you have good education, when you have a really good networking, again, this is the resilience that you have. So when you approach something, when you things won't be like, like a platter giving you that, okay, Sridevi wants to keep a company. Come on, I'll offer you 100 crores to establish your facility. I'll give you 10 postdoc PhD team. Nobody will offer you that. So the day one, you have to take these pain points, pressure points, but whatever happens, you should be resilient. Stick to the thing that you want to do. So your mental ability to keep things in a more stable way will definitely lead you success. So that resilience should be there. Even after getting 100 failures, you still should say, yes, one not one trial, I will do it. Because you should not say I have 100 failures. You should say that I have 100 learnings. So I am better equipped. I am better prepared for this. See, even for your exams, even for anything in your life, preparedness is the most important thing. Trust me, anything from this point of time, note it down, mark my words. When you do something with a preparedness, you'll definitely complete the task or complete that accomplishment or resolve an issue in a very better and smoother way. That preparedness will give, like, for example, I'll tell you, we have applied for a grant for a government body. So the first time we applied, we got rejected. So being, a lot of things, I said to myself, okay, let's not try this way. I would not do any kind of, applications later. So then one of my colleague asked me, why don't you try one more? I said, I have tried already, but could not do anything, but could not achieve it. I could not clear that. So he said that, now, last time you're not that much prepared. So now you just prepare well. You don't believe me? I have prepared thoroughly with a lot of, I said everybody. So how should I make this PPT? How should I write a letter to them? How should we do this? So I seek a lot of help. Who has already cracked? So after that, you don't believe me. When I prepared so well, I could crack that. So sometimes you need to be having that patience, and also preparedness is the most important thing. So, and again, I tell you, be brave. Trust me, when you enter into any phase of your life, sometimes it will be a happy start and, a very problematic way. But whatever be the consequences, you should be brave. When I see this image, I really love. I would watch this image for about 5 to 10 minutes. I enjoy the thing that, the woman pilots having those helmets and, wearing those things. That's an amazing feeling. Trust me, how powerful message they send you. By seeing this image, like a lot of people may have a lot of opinions, but to me, this is a very proud moment. Those three pilots, they suffered the training session, they cleared it. Getting into a Indian Air Force pilot, that to fighter jet pilot, it is very, very tough even to men. But these three women made it. So, see, they also have the same biological system as we have. They also have hurdles. They also came from the same India. So the thing is that they were very strong. They were very bold. They said, yes, we want to do it. And yes, they did it. So this kind of picture speaks a lot more than what it is. See, after seeing this, I could see the pain they went through, the pressures they went through, the screening they went through. But finally they did it. But the moment, very early ages. So when someone says, pilot, a woman pilot, is it possible? Can they do it? These women have broke that stereotype. That is the way you need to get inspired and do the best thing in your particular area, and make sure you get a picture like this, inspiring others and breaking those stereotypes. And let me tell you, these are the successful stories that I want to mention a little bit. So the picture that is in the very first, she's Polomi. She's CEO of Helix Bio. She's our client. She has taken a very, very innovative research company. She started her own, and we used to support her in terms of, doing the preclinical animal studies. She is the first one to get that Agils Award for the innovation in science. Trust me, whatever she takes the project, it is highly complicated. Nobody else can do it in the world. She took that project. We both sit upon, we sorted it out, and finally we did it. So I'm very glad that I supported a woman CEO to achieve her, milestone. When nobody said it is not possible to inject LNPs, like, lipid nanoparticles, into the renal artery of mice. That is a very complex surgery. Only involved, there are two people who can do it. One is in US and the second one is College Biosciences. So the thing that I developed this skill is just to support that woman. So now both of us are successful. So this is the approach you need to have. And the second one, you have seen the award winner. She developed a vaccine to cure or target, obesity and fatty liver. Are you not happy that there is a single injection that you can take and you will never become fatty? Isn't it a very happy thing for any human being? She did it. I have done the studies for her, and it's very promising. And they were, reaching their next milestone and going to the clinical trials as well in their research projects. So why I tell all these things is that if you support and you have a robust supporting system, everything is achievable, doable. Only thing, it's your mindset that, you need to stretch a little bit more than what you already do. And here I got felicitation from our college, and that is a very happy moment. They recognized me because taking this different path of choosing and becoming an entrepreneur, and right now I could have a team of 11 members. I started it just like, with one single team member, but within 2 years we made 1.5 crore turnover. As well, we have a team of 11. This entire system is run by Sridevi alone. Now, trust me, if you believe in yourself, you work hard and you do all the navigation, you can be the next achiever. So happy Women's Day, all of you. And I would like to limit it confined and want to have an interactive thing if you would like to ask some questions or yeah.
So we'll type it in chat box.
Okay then. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good question. Risk. Yeah, risk is always there. Not only in business. When you get married, it is the highly risky shot. So yeah, when I say the risks associated with are pulling up the money, when you start something like a business, you need to have an initial capital. At that point, nobody trusts you. Believe me, nobody will give you one single rupee to start a company. I want to share this. I don't know how you know about cockfights that has been conducted in Bemvaram. Anybody heard about it? So, believing a cock on the floor, they keep lakhs of money as bet, but they don't believe a scientist and give you 10 rupees. That is Indian ecosystem. They believe a cock. Does the cock tell that it has a degree? Does it told the person anything? But still they keep crores and crores of money on that betting of cocks. But they don't. So the major risk that I felt is that capital investment pull up and all. Bootstrapping is really hard. Other than that, I had blessed with a good family and supporting system. I'm not from business background, but I know that I should make money with my idea. That is a very simple lay question. So how much I have to gain to pay my rent, to pay my team. See, I am very normal woman of focusing like how I manage my family. The same way I managed my business, but it in a very professional way. That is where I seeked mentorship from Shiva, and he told me how to navigate this risk. And second question is whether the anti-obesity is oh, just now I did the animal study. You want it in the market? No, it takes a long time. But trust me, all the Western countries are 30 to 40 years advanced than us. Do you believe that cancer is curable? Yes. Now there is a lot of CAR-T technologies having, and then there is a South Korean scientist who made a cancer cell back to normal cell instead of killing the cancer cell. There is a lot of technologies going on, and believe me, I personally myself has done a lot of studies where as in a simple way I can tell you, you can drink as much alcohol as you want, you can eat as much fast food as you want. Your cirrhotic liver can become a healthy liver with 3 injections. That is the study I have done for a client. So the research has been advancing like a rocket, trust me. So it will be in the market maybe in I think because it is a chronic disease, it may take 10 to 12 years. Yeah, because clinical trials take such a long time. Did I answer it? Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and being patient.
Thank you, ma'am, for the valuable and motivating words.
Thank you so much. All the best, all of you.